Good morning and welcome to TARDIS Spider. I'm Terry, and today we will rank the classic Doctor Who Cyberman stories. We've already done the Daleks, so now the Cybermen. Now, the Cybermen change or evolve more visually than any other villain in the history of Doctor Who. In fact, you'll see them change over and over again on this list. But a few things that are personal. First, something sad. This week, Major League Baseball Hall of Famer Al Kaline passed away. If you grew up when I did and where I did in the 1960s in Michigan, your baseball hero was Al Kaline. So a piece of my youth died this week. One of the great men of baseball, Al Kaline. Now, something happier. In the mail this week, we received the sewing pattern for my Inverness cape. I hope you can see this. My daughter, who is quite the seamstress, will be making my Inverness cape for my cosplay characterization of John Pertwee, and of something that makes me even more proud as a father. My daughter, on her own, has been sewing surgical masks for medical people in need in the area now for 2 weeks. She has donated her time, effort, and money to helping fight the coronavirus. So thank you, Laura. Your father is very proud. So now let's go on to our ranking of the classic Doctor Who Cybermen stories. The Revenge of the Cybermen. The only Cybermen story of the 1970s. This was also the first story to be put out on VHS. Arriving at Space Station Nerva in its distant past, the Doctor, Sarah Jane, and Harry find the crew threatened by a plague. The Cybermen seem to like this form of attack. Discovering that it is a poison injected by cybermats, this is a plan to destroy the planet Voga, the planet of gold. The Silver Nemesis. This, not Remembrance of the Daleks, is the 25th anniversary story. Note that the actor Nicholas Courtney will appear in a large crowd scene. This is the only anniversary story without multiple doctors. The arrival of a mysterious comet heralds impending danger from enemies new and old. As the Doctor defends the Earth, Ace faces the most dangerous question. Doctor Who? Attack of the Cybermen. This story will have the return of Lytton and the return of the Cyber Controller. Also, the Chameleon Circuit will work for a while in this story. While trying to repair the Chameleon Circuit, the Sixth Doctor and Perry return to Foreman's Yard on Totter's Lane, where we will meet old foes, the Cybermen. They have come from the future to crash Halley's Comet into the Earth. Lytton is involved with the Cybermen's plot, or is he working for someone else? The Wheel in Space. This is the first story to use the alias of Dr. John Smith. It is also the first appearance of Zoe Harriet and the first appearance of the teardrop in the corner of the Cyberman's eyes. The TARDIS lands on the spaceship Silver Carrier, where Jamie and the Doctor are attacked by a servo robot. They contact the nearby space station to be rescued. Unknowns to all, Cybermats are also rescued, for they are to be used to pave the way for a takeover of the space station. The Doctor will send Jamie and Zoe back to the Silver Carrier to retrieve the vector generator rod. Meanwhile, the Doctor will free the crew of the space station from the hypnotic control of the Cybermen. When Jamie and Zoe return, the Doctor installs the rod into the station's X-ray laser, making it powerful enough to destroy the Cyber fleet. With 3 episodes missing, we hope for animation soon to restore this story fully. Earthshock. This story is the final appearance of Adric, the only long-running companion to die in a story. It is also the only story of the John Nathan Turner era that all of the episodes appear in the top 50. And the Cybermen were kept a secret until their on-screen unveiling. Don't you wish that that could happen today? A conference to unite the military powers against the Cybermen is being held on Earth. To stop it, the Cybermen will attempt to destroy the Earth by crashing a space liner into it. At the end, basically it's goodbye Adric and goodbye dinosaurs. The Moon Base. This story has the first reappearance of the Cybermen and their first redesign. It is also the first story to take place on Earth's moon. In the year 2070, the TARDIS with the Doctor, Jamie, Ben, and Polly lands on the moon near Weather Control. The moon base is in the grip of a deadly plague. Recently added Jamie has been injured and is out of it for most of the story. He was not written in the original scripts and had to be inserted when he was added to the cast, leaving the others to fight off this deadly attack by the Cybermen. The Tomb of the Cybermen. Recovered in 1992, this was the earliest Second Doctor story to survive in its entirety, until The Enemy of the World was recovered in 2013, and at that point was the only complete story from Season 5. The TARDIS arrives with the Doctor, Jamie, and Victoria to find an archaeology team searching for the lost tomb of the Cybermen. Unknown to them, this is a trap. We will meet the Cyber Controller and see Cybermats for the first time. This is Victoria's only story that is not on Earth. Early on, the Doctor will reveal his age at 450 years, as he comforts Victoria on the loss of her father, telling her that he sometimes looks back and remembers his family. The 10th Planet. This story has been completed with animation, as the 4th episode is missing. This is the story where we first meet the Cybermen and we see the end of the planet Mondos. Arriving at the South Pole in 1986, the Doctor, Ben, and Polly help save the Earth and defeat the Cybermen, though at a very high cost, for the Doctor will regenerate at the end of this story. This story is also one of the few from the era where an actor of color plays an important part. The Invasion. With 2 episodes animated, this story is now complete. This story also marks the second appearance of Nicholas Courtney as the Brigadier, the first of Unit, and the first of Corporal Benton. The Doctor, Jamie, and Zoe return to the Earth and meet an old friend in Brigadier Stewart, who is now in charge of Unit. Unit is investigating international electromatics. Tobias Vaughn, IE's managing director, is working with the Cybermen, who have another new design, hoping to use the transmission of a hypnotic signal to leave the Earth at the mercy of the Cybermen. In the animated second episode, there's the words "Bad Wolf" written on the wall.